Yo, we back, man. Part 2 of the rich white Crip, Cameron Terrell, who was rich and wealthy and fell in line and wanted to be with the people in poverty, the people who was having a hard time trying to hustle to get their next meal. You know, he had it all. Maybe the only thing he lacked was the love of his parents. I don't know. That's just what I guessed. Because the parents went these ways, he went this way type shit. You feel me? But yeah. Let's just get to it and see what's to it, man.
On October the 1st, 2017, Cameron Terrell would drive two friends in the Mercedes-Benz his father bought him to the intersection of West 78th Street and Western Avenue, allegedly the territory of the rolling 90s main rivals.
Wait. Let me hear that one more time. What year he just said?
On October the 1st, 2017, Cameron Terrell would drive two friends in the Mercedes-Benz his father bought him to the intersection of West 78th Street and Western Avenue, allegedly the territory of the rolling 90s main rivals, the H-Ray gangster Crips. The people in Cameron's car were armed and looking for confrontation. Two young men would jump out the back of the black Mercedes, whilst Cameron remained inside. At about 11:26 AM, Justin Holmes and two other men were walking west on West 78th Street, approaching Southwestern Avenue. They would be approached by Cameron's two friends, who allegedly asked Holmes and his friends what gang they were from. Holmes allegedly told the teens that he didn't gangbang. In fact, he was reportedly working a legitimate job for U-Haul at this time and only visiting his friends in the area on his day off. However, clearly, this isn't the answer the rolling 90s were looking for, as this exchange would be followed by somebody pulling...
Same shit I would almost think in any hood, bro. They don't care. Once you approach, it's about said and done. It's about said and done. Like, the same thing can happen in Chicago. Like, we asking just to... I don't even know why they asking. Like, what's the point? You can be like, no, I'll just go to church, bro. They don't care. They still on your ass because you in this area. And they looking to toe tag somebody. And if you ain't in the gang, they hoping that this hurts somebody that's in that gang. Like, you just somebody's friend and they can hurt them. They don't be caring about none of that shit. So I don't even see why they just... But let's continue.
Pulling a gun and opening fire. Holmes would be wounded by these gunshots, while the two shooters would run back to the Mercedes, getting inside as Cameron Terrell hit the gas and escaped, with this frantic getaway even being captured on surveillance video. 21-year-old Justin Alongino Holmes would be taken to hospital and pronounced dead at 12:02 PM. According to later claims by prosecutors, Cameron Terrell went home the very night of the murder and recorded a video in his own bathroom, throwing gang signs and essentially celebrating the murder that would enhance his status within the gang. In addition to this, video would later surface where Terrell had seemingly returned to the scene of the murder just 6 days later, filming his friends kicking over the candles at a memorial for the victim left at the scene of the crime. With all of this in mind, most reasonable people would think that Cameron's involvement in the crime was cut and dry. However, as Cameron, his co-defendants, and the whole world was about to find out, Cameron Terrell had an ace up his sleeve, which unfortunately, his co-defendants did not share. 18-year-old Cameron Terrell and his two juvenile co-defendants would be arrested on October the 12th, 2017, on charges of premeditated murder of Justin Holmes and two attempted murder charges for the friends that were with him that day. The suspects were arrested just 12 days after the murder and 6 days after vandalizing the victim's memorial. The two shooters, who were under 18 at the time of the arrest,
they didn't have long at all. At all. Like, this shit wasn't even worth it.
would be held in a juvenile facility, the Sylmar Juvenile Hall. But unlike his African-American co-defendants who would remain incarcerated, Cameron would be back on the streets just a week later, by October 19th. Cameron Terrell was reportedly set a $5 million bail, with his rich parents immediately fronting up $500,000 in cash to get him out no less than a week after his arrest. Cameron would subsequently be spotted in public enjoying a World Series baseball game at LA's Dodger Stadium, reportedly just days after his release. All while his two co-defendants, two African-American teens, later revealed to be aged 16 and 17, would remain incarcerated without bail. Civil rights attorneys at the time would call out this decision to grant rich white Cameron Terrell bail and deny it to his poorer black co-defendants, suggesting that this was a double standard. With all of that in mind, it's no surprise that this was...
I mean, they all still committed the crime together, but I just wonder what... No, they all... Cause this one should be tough for me on a civilian level. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they all was still there. So either they all not gonna get bail or they all gonna get bail. And if the other two guys would have got bail, then Cameron should have hollered at his parents. Like, y'all gotta get them out. Y'all gotta get them out on running away. That's how it should have been, bro. Cause they don't know who is the shooter or not, or who really driving. Cause you can't see who. Well, damn, they on camera. I'm tweaking. It's a whole video surveillance of them running back to the thing. So, but yeah, they all should have either got bail or I don't know, bro.
Bringing a lot of negative attention to the Terrell family. Not only were the news admonishing them for enjoying public life after such a heinous crime had been committed, but soon internet trolls would also play a part, beginning to leave negative reviews for Cameron's father's business, New and Improved Media, with one hilarious review saying, "They have some killer instincts and will provide great getaway ideas for any client regardless of gang affiliation." Initially, it was thought that the local Palos Verdes high school that he attended would stick by him and allow him to continue attending classes, with the school district superintendent initially suggesting that Cameron still had a right to an education, claiming that it would take more to exclude a student from the school. However, pressure began piling up as parents of other children at the school began to protest, with a November the 13th demonstration seeing furious parents gathering at the school demanding Terrell be suspended from classes, with direct reports from other parents suggesting that they feared gang retaliations targeting Terrell.
I wonder how was he at school? Was he on some gang shit in school, or was he like proper as hell? Like, did he change himself, or did he stick to that shit?
Catching their kids in the crossfire.
This morning, a group of parents stand on the corner of PV High School while another walks out from talking to the principal, trying to get answers.
I'm not thoroughly convinced that they have this under control.
To have an adult who is charged with the worst crime possible, being allowed to attend school with 3,000 kids. It's not right, and I believe the education code supports his suspension.
Parents telling us if there are gang ties, they are worried about possible retaliation. One parent showing us the email response she received from the superintendent regarding her concern about student safety.
One woman being interviewed by the news suggested that other children are scared to come to school and that she believed that Terrell was proud of being able to walk back onto campus after catching a murder charge.
I care about the safety of my student, and nobody from the school district has communicated to me what they are doing.
I ain't gonna care. Me as a student, I wouldn't care. I just wouldn't care. That wouldn't bother me. Like him. Maybe because that's what it is. Like, I grew up, most of us, I'm not even gonna say it's a color thing, but if you just went to like a public school or just anything, it's hella gang members in there. It's hella gang members in my high school. You know what I'm saying? So when I leave out the door, it's just regular. I ain't got shit to do with nothing. It's any day that another they ops can come and slap on one of them at our school, and possibly an innocent person can get hit. But none of us was ever thinking like, no, you shouldn't come back to school, bro, because you caught a body, or you possibly caught a body, or you're in the gang. It's hella gangs in this bitch. So that just wouldn't have bothered me. I would be like, Mom, you tripping. You tripping. Or I would tell the teacher, you tripping. Like, come on, man, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to nobody, man.
For the safety of our students that are here. We've got attorneys that work for this school, and they need to get this kid out. My students told me things that, you know, the kid's very confident about walking on this campus, and this is kind of a braggadocious badge of honor for him. The individual is not stable, and they can't predict what he's going to do on any level. And
I get it. It's just different for them. It's just different for them, man. The lifestyle that they live, the peace that they have, and all that type shit. It gotta be that, bro.
Should not be a danger to our children here.
Following the parent protest, it was reported that the school had changed course and confirmed that Cameron Terrell would no longer be attending classes at the exclusive school, with it being stated that Terrell's continued attendance at the school would be a distraction and potential danger to other students. All of this negative attention led the Terrell family to withdraw from public life, with ABC 7 News doorstepping the family at their luxurious home but receiving no comment.
Terrell isn't from South LA. He's from this affluent section of Palos Verdes, where Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda recently visited the family's home to see if anyone would comment.
Hi, I'm here from Channel 7. I was trying to see if anyone is available to comment about Cameron.
No, we're not. It's Channel 7 News. No, we're not.
But it wasn't just the privileged white Terrell family being asked for answers. The likes of Chico from the Rolling 90s, the rapper behind that neighborhood anthem song that
Somebody told me to check this out on TikTok. I said after the documentary, after I finish it, then I'm gonna go check this song out, bro.
Cameron appeared in the music video for, would also be asked about his video being all over the news after Cameron's case went public, leading to an extremely awkward street TV interview where he refused to answer any questions.
The video has been getting a lot of local news attention, right? And it came across my desk. I checked it out and was like, oh, this thing bumped. But do you want to talk about how that video was all over the news a couple weeks ago and the situation that led up to that?
Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. Let's see. And if you don't want to answer this next question, that's cool too. People are going to ask me why I didn't ask. But it's known that there's a white dude that hangs out in the neighborhood. How does that come up?
I just want to guess that he gonna be like, I don't know him. He ain't from that. Well, he can't say the nigga hit the damn. Well, he could be like, shit, I ain't even know his bro back there. You know what I'm saying? There was so many people in the video, man, I ain't even noticed.
About a dude that didn't grow up over here by Jesse Owens Park that ends up being affiliated.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
Okay.
One person who was willing to speak, though, was the father of one of Terrell's black co-defendants, who would check in with studious LA journalist Jasmine Canick for an interview, which took place in Jesse Owens Park itself. And in this illuminating interview, he would open up about the double standard of keeping his black son in jail for the same crime that white Cameron Terrell was able to bail out on with ease.
First of all, my son going through hell, in the juvenile system. He just turned 17, but he ain't there for a serious crime, but I can't understand that how this other guy, because of a color thing and a color issue, he able to walk the streets and be freely able to go to school, go to baseball games. He not on no strict restrictions, not on no monitor, don't have a house to Brinkley down.
Damn. So he just straight, he just can kick it, huh? That shit crazy.
On his ankle or nothing. So basically, he was in the same case with my son and his other juvenile, but they still got the other two kids in there while he's free to roam the streets and do whatever he want to do.
They're both charged with the same charges, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So that would be attempted murder and...
Okay, so they all got the same charges. Yeah, bro. They all need to not get bail. Like I said, I'm a civilian, bro. Don't no murderers need to run the streets. Don't no gangbangers need to run the streets and none of that shit, bro. This shit it's just crazy that nothing. He ain't on house arrest or nothing. This shit crazy.
Murder, but
yes, ma'am.
The two black boys are in.
They still incarcerated.
He would go on to open up about Cameron Terrell coming around the Rolling 90s neighborhood, saying that they were surprised he'd come into the neighborhood and suggesting he isn't as innocent as he's making out.
So a lot of people are wondering whether or not Cameron Terrell was coerced into this, was forced into joining a black gang, that that he's innocent in all of this somehow. Can you kind of explain to me the history of this white boy in South LA?
Well, first of all, ma'am, we were shocked when he ended up popping up over here. Didn't nobody know about him or nothing, but believe it or not, we ain't racist over here. We gonna accept you whether what color you are or not. That's the difference what people understand. Black people don't have nothing to be racist about. We already been doing bad. We already been getting treated injustice in the system, period. So what racism we want to have? So we accepted him. But the thing what people need to know, he's not the person so innocent like the people on the news trying to pretend and everything like, he's not like.
What do you mean?
Well, basically I'm saying this, he was down here, he was involved, and he was out here with the same kids that's in this community. He didn't just pop up this one time only, and didn't nobody force him.
Used to see him hanging around, or?
All the time. There's somebody that used to come to my house, man. This is not my first time meeting this boy.
So Cameron was pretty much known around here.
Oh yeah.
Even up here at this park, up here at Jesse Owens.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's like we couldn't figure it out, but one thing we always knew, like if something ever happened, I hate to say it, if something ever happened, we knew it was going to be a difference.
He would go on to say that he was confused when Cameron began turning up to the hood in a brand new Mercedes, suggesting that he believed something wasn't adding up, and even suggesting that Cameron might have been instigating street activity himself.
There been many occasions he pulled up at my house in his car, in his brand new car. I couldn't figure it out then.
What kind of car did he have?
Brand new Mercedes Benz. That was shocking to me right there. I was like, wait a minute, what you want with my child and what you dealing with my child? First of all, it wasn't about the color thing, but then I looked at the color issue and why you want to deal with these.
You're going to eventually look at the color, bro. We're going to eventually look at it. Like, I wonder, did he instantly, I don't know if he's going to say it, but did he instantly was like, thinking to say like, this man, well, he couldn't have thought that he was rich. Because I wouldn't have probably thought that shit either. I would have. Yeah, I would have just thought he was in the car that he stole or something, bro. But that shit just crazy, bro. This like Nunu. This man is the male white Nunu, bro.
Kids that's in the inner city that really don't have nothing to offer you. Period. If anything, he was.
Then he get to just go back to his life. He just get to do this shit and just go back to his life. While little bro and them got to stay in jail, they get out and they still be in poverty. But you get to go home, be in your nice king size bed, nice ass car, go to your good school, eat good meals. You know,
was in control. Because you gotta understand, he the one with the money, with the nice house, with the nice cars, with the nice schools. What do the other two juveniles have? They fall under his lead. He in control.
Jasmine would go on to interview another local who knew Cameron Terrell personally from his time hanging around in Jesse Owens Park. He would also suggest that Terrell was not so innocent, suggesting that he had involved himself deeply in street politics and was excited by the trouble he was getting into in the area. He'd suggest that Cameron had caused a problem and then fled back to his rich community, leaving his poor black friends behind.
Cameron, you know, he's not as innocent as everybody would say. Some say,
yeah, bro. He get to go shoot. He get to go shoot at people. He get to go sell drugs and all that shit. And be like, all right, the ops don't know where I stay, man. I stay all the way up in Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. But they know where y'all stay because y'all stay in the hood. So y'all house can possibly get shot up. I just need to survive for the couple hours or, you know, little time that I'm out here. But I'm going to go back to live my other life. This shit, bruh, why y'all, bruh?
He's innocent, some say he's not, but the fact of the matter is that you're around here. You're excited by what's going on in your generation. So you're down here hanging with these kids, you're getting in all kind of trouble with these kids. Now when the pressure is on, now you flee back to Palos Verdes, to a safe haven that you know. And you're trying to leave these kids stuck out here with something that you're involved in. So at some point, you're gonna have to answer for that. So, because this is a racial thing now, you know, they're trying to make it seem like we're just this violent race like this, and he just got caught up in it and he was forced to do all this stuff. No, he wasn't.
So he was down here all the time?
You're down here all the time. You're hanging with these kids.
Who even came up with the assumption that he was forced, bro? You said anything, you say that he was forced. He ain't gotta come back here. When they let him, he done came and went so many times, huh? All the way down, get out of here, bro.
You got caught up with what these kids were doing.
And he would go on to say that he believed Terrell was only accepted by the local community due to his fancy car and the money.
Why do you think he was accepted down here? Like,
because of, you know, his stance in life where he had, you know, his car, his money, what he could provide, you know, the free ride in life. You know, these kids don't have anything when they wake up down here. They, you know, they come to this park. This is basically all they got. And then here comes a guy in their age bracket that got a fancy car, that can get them clothes, that can do all this stuff for them. Of course they're going to get in there. And he feels some type of way about them, and they feel some way about him. But the problem is when everything goes bad, you resort back to your habitat. And your habitat is Palos Verdes. It's not Jesse Owens Park. It's not Western. It's not none of these streets where these same kids have to deal with.
Now, these interviews didn't get much attention in the mainstream media at the time, but in my opinion, they provide a valuable insight into the truth behind Cameron Terrell's story. But no matter how things looked to local observers, what really mattered was what the jury thought. And once it came time for trial, Unsurprisingly, we would see the Terrell family once again using their wealth to provide Cameron an advantage in the courtroom, with a hotshot private attorney being brought in to make an impressive case for Cameron's freedom, and the ultimate result leaving many in the community that had previously accepted Cameron shocked in disbelief.
Alright, man, I'm gonna cut it right there, bro. I'm gonna cut it right there. But yeah, stop with whoever was talking that force shit. Where y'all get that from, bro? He not making them trips forcefully, like, come on, man. His dad really just bailed out. He just hit a lick off that skin color, man, off that wealth. He just hit a lick. But I'm just trying to ask myself, like, if he was white and broke, would it be a difference? Cause his parents obviously got his plugged, you know, some way somehow. So if they was broke and he was white, he might not had bail either. I'm just kind of guessing that. But since he's rich and white, they like shit. We gonna let him go, bro. We ain't gonna give him nothing. He canceled. He not even relevant. Even though his car was there, bro. On the damn footage, bro. Come on, man. And the shorties ain't even... Well, I don't know. I ain't finished yet, but I'm just assuming. The shorties ain't even snitch. This shit crazy. They all got the same charges. But one person got bail and the other two didn't. But like I said, it could just be the money more so than the skin color, though. Because if bro and them had the bread too, they probably be gone. 500 bands? What? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Catch me on part 3. So, catch you on that reaction.